vehicle.
Keep coming!
In the early hours of April 9, 2022, 23-year-old Lon Rashid turned his Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat into the centerpiece of one of the most dramatic chases on Georgia 400. Initially stopped by police for suspected drunk driving, everything seemed calm. But suddenly, Lon hit the gas, and the Hellcat roared away, forcing officers to pursue at speeds exceeding 150 miles per hour. Lon believed the open highway and his car's power would secure his escape, but his plan quickly unraveled when police deployed spike strips, slowly deflating his tires. Realizing there was no way out, Lon was forced to stop. However, his reckless actions had already gone too far. He was charged with DUI, fleeing police, and reckless driving at a steep price for a moment of wild arrogance. One evening in March 2023, on Highway 295 in Jacksonville, Florida, police spotted a rental car traveling at an unusual speed. Inside was Cabria LaJuan Caldwell, a 24-year-old woman who had been on the run for 4 years. When ordered to pull over, instead of cooperating, Cabria hit the gas, turning a routine patrol into a thrilling and unexpected chase.
Hey, Sarge, I just had one take off from me. She got something in here, like, what was that?
Yeah, she was texting somebody. We are going to be westbound on Collins. Westbound on Collins. We're going to be pulling to...
Hey, she didn't get out of this long.
Collins Crossing, the one that pulled it out. Okay, you can hit.
Traffic left house 1031. On Collins is simply an 8 and 11 QD comes back to a gray color Chrysler. AS1 1QD. 218 on my sensor if I get a chance.
yard.
Check for one inside yard. Are you talking on Overbridge?
Cabria sped to the parking lot of a shopping center, weaved through Main Street, and then entered another shopping center. She recklessly drove on the sidewalk in an attempt to evade the police but failed. Finally, she drove into the parking lot of a Home Depot, abandoned the car, and ran inside.
Parking lot on the sidewalk. She just attempted to get out and reach back in the car and then took off. I think she's reaching towards you, 218. Time.
Right front tire is flat. He's reaching for the bag.
The police quickly surrounded the area and arrested her on the spot. Cabria was wanted in 5 counties for charges including grand theft, petty theft, unauthorized use of credit cards, and possession of someone else's ID. A daring escape attempt, but one that ended with a heavy price to pay. Some criminals will do anything to escape the police, but the chase in Pulaski County, Arkansas, took recklessness to a whole new level. The driver employed an incredibly dangerous tactic that the online community dubbed ghost mode. The technical term is blackout, where the suspect turns off all the car lights and disappears into the night, making it nearly impossible for other vehicles to see them, turning even the slightest mistake into a potential tragedy. During the chase, the suspect maintained speeds of over 100 miles per hour, cutting through curves and blowing past red lights, all in complete darkness. The only clue for police to track him was the faint glow of his brake lights, but the suspect was clever enough to only brake when absolutely necessary.
He's going to be turning. We're westbound on Highway 10, westbound on Highway 10, he's still blocked out. Speeds are 99, 100 miles an hour. He's still blacked out. If you would notify the county of Little Rock, just run a red light. He's still westbound.
The pursuit along Highway 10, heading west, became a nerve-wracking ordeal as officers struggled to follow a target they could barely see.
Still blacked out. We're past it. They wanted this time. Something's still blacked out.
The suspect's black Hellcat once again vanished into the night, forcing police to call off the chase.
We're going to be southbound on Taylor Loop. Southbound on Taylor Loop.
Southbound on Taylor Loop.
According to posts on YouTube and Reddit, The ghost driver of Arkansas has become something of a legend, reportedly escaping police 7 times in 2022 alone. A daring yet dangerously reckless escape that left everyone stunned. On May 9, 2024, at a car dealership in South Miami, Molina Logan, 27, turned a test drive into a heist when she hit the gas and sped off in a brand new Honda Civic, leaving the stunned salesperson behind. Her reckless journey was nothing short of a high-octane race scene, with Florida Highway Patrol officers quickly joining the chase on SR 826.
Didn't get into 58th Street.
I'm behind it. 1560 behind it, southbound 826, approaching 58.
I'll take the radio. We're southbound now, approaching 58th Street. Southbound on the road, getting to 36th Street.
Southbound approaching 36, southbound approaching 36.
Take the radio because 1049 is going to get to you.
74, that's 74.
Hey, we're still southbound. It's approaching 2nd Street.
Go behind it.
She's signal for the vehicle? She's still going southbound. Therefore, you advise she's signal for the vehicle?
Multiple signal 4. She's trapped inside the car.
Hey, right before the exit to 25th Street, Miami, start fire. Advise start fire. Down.
The car swerved like a wild beast out of control, smashing into barriers and several other vehicles before finally coming to a halt. Yet, Molina refused to surrender. She crawled out to the passenger window like a cornered fugitive and leaped into the water below, hoping to escape. But if this was a game of hide and seek, Molina had clearly underestimated her opponents.
Miami, she's in the water.
Officers not only threw her a rescue line, but also jumped into the water themselves, dragging the struggling woman back to shore. The outcome? The brand new Honda was now a heap of wreckage, and Molina faced charges of assaulting a police officer and grand theft, like a gambler losing everything after betting it all on a desperate move. Just 2 years after being released from prison in 2017, Travis, a 22-year-old from Bushnell, Florida, found himself back in trouble. On April 25, 2019, he made the biggest mistake of his life, stealing a pickup truck in Floral City, igniting a multi-county police chase that would seal his fate for decades to come. Travis recklessly attempted to run over 2 Citrus County deputies, prompting the Florida Highway Patrol to step in.
Just ran a stop sign.
in a desperate bid to escape. He took the chase off-road and nearly caused severe accidents. His actions were like a ticking time bomb, ready to explode. The climax came when Travis drew a gun and fired at pursuing officers.
Try to take him out. He's not more than a dick. He's not more than a dick.
The chase ended in chaos as he lost control, crashing the truck in a severe accident that flung him from the vehicle. Seriously injured, Travis was airlifted to the hospital before being taken into custody. After recovering, he faced 2 counts of aggravated assault and 3 counts of attempted murder of a law enforcement officer. In the end, Travis was sentenced to 50 years in prison, marking the end of his relentless disregard for the law. With 5 prior felonies and 10 traffic violations, it was clear he had never learned his lesson. On August 23, 2022, Brandon Baker, 33, thought a massive white box truck was the perfect getaway vehicle to outrun the Florida Highway Patrol. That fatal miscalculation turned his morning into a high-stakes chase through Alachua County, with multiple patrol cars and nail-biting moments along the way.
Normal Park Road traffic coming up to the light. Gonna turn westbound. Yeah, there's no Justin. I'm coming up Tower and Archer when you know I said it sticks out. I'm not sure the unit in front of me yet. Justin, I'm at Oak Park. I'll put sticks here. Alright, going the wrong way on the interstate. On the southbound off ramp. Bravo Mike, red shirt, beard. Westbound Arch Road, westbound Arch Road. Did you fail? Negative.
Traveling at just 60 miles per hour, Brandon wasn't the fastest, but his reckless maneuvers made the situation far more dangerous.
Reserve at Canapa. Back in the right lane of travel. Acceleration point. Right behind you. Anybody have any ideas on fitting? Can we fit a two-wheel drive or a two-wheel rear vehicle? Okay, listen again. We're coming out of Canapa. I'm sorry. Acceleration point. Not hard to do. Alright, where are you at now? R393. 75 catch, I get the 6 out in front of Madison Coast. How you doing, please? We're eastbound. Or past Burger King eastbound.
Y'all, when I'll call from ASO, eastbound. 10,000 block eastbound, speeds are about 60 mile an hour.
The truck weaved through parking lots, drove the wrong way on busy streets, and even crashed into a civilian vehicle, ripping the front bumper off a police cruiser. His sharp turns and constant lane switching caused chaos on the roads, forcing officers to escalate their efforts to stop him.
Mountain 37 Boulevard.
He's been locked him in at the perfect opportunity in that plaza.
Hey, pulling into the Best Buy. Alright, he's running through the Best Buy plaza. Alright, we are at 35th Boulevard, still eastbound, wrong side of the road, coming up to 34th Street.
People, pit that truck, pit that truck.
Trying to get to it. Speed 60 mile an hour.
Do you have any lag at ASO units? I need a ride.
Northbound 34th Street, northbound 34th Street.
Alright, I'm Canadian, I'm calling it. Northbound through Windmills Boulevard on 34th Street.
Trying to get up to a pit.
It's good to see the help us, guys. We need to stop this now.
Stand by. Okay, so dark corner.
The chase reached its climax as Brandon returned to 34th Street, cutting through parking lots and heading south. After a series of daring moves, he was finally subdued and taken to a nearby emergency room for minor injuries before being immediately arrested.
For a second, keep calling. We're through the parking lot. We're about to come out at 34th Street. So take this in again, coming back out on the 34th Street. Going back southbound on 34th.
Brandon now faces 16 serious charges, including aggravated assault, grand theft, and fleeing the scene of an accident. Shockingly, during questioning, he admitted to ripping up the truck's floor and damaging camera wiring, claiming, "I have issues." But those issues pale in comparison to the time he'll be spending behind bars. On July 31st, 2022, a wild chase erupted in Lawrence, Kansas, as police attempted to apprehend Rodney Marshall, a cold-blooded killer who had just murdered 2 men inside his own home. Armed with a gun and holding his girlfriend hostage, Rodney embarked on a desperate escape with only 2 possible outcomes: surrender or death.
Continuing eastbound past Crest Line, approaching Iowa Street. 9th in Iowa.
East.
East on 13th.
East on 13.
East on 13th, and when I drive out of TVI and ask. Continuing eastbound on 13th, past Moria. Traveling southbound on half from 13th Street.
Dashcam footage captured the chaos as Rodney sped recklessly through city streets, firing multiple shots at pursuing officers. One bullet struck a lead patrol car, forcing it out of the chase. But Rodney underestimated the determination of the Lawrence police force, which was ready to end his reign of terror.
Coming up on Ward Ave.
car coming. Shots fired. Shots fired at Ford Ave.
Continue southbound around the street past 19.
Coming up to 23rd.
Going up on 23rd from Ford Ave.
I can get units out to Twitter O'Connell, take building bound. Approaching Haskell now, units southbound.
23rd and Haskell.
Maintaining a strategic distance of several hundred feet, the officers waited for the right moment. As Rodney's car veered into densely populated neighborhoods, they sprang into action. A spike strip was deployed, shredding his tires and bringing the vehicle to an unsteady halt in the middle of the street.
23rd Street, speed 60.
Southbound towards the bypass. Somebody can get their rifle out. Got his hands out the window. Everybody stay back. Stop. Here.
Surrounded by armed officers, the tension reached its peak. Rodney stepped out with his hands raised but showed signs of resistance. After a tense standoff, he was subdued and taken into custody.
Walk straight backwards! If you try to run, you'll be bit by the dog!
On the side of the road.
Yeah, on that side, there's a passenger laying down. Not that I know of. Keep walking!
Henderson, we can land him over here.
Right.
Yes.
Step to the right!
I'm shutting K10 down. If you're
Snipes, is that you?
Snipes, take over.
Snipes, take over!
Step to the right! Keep stepping! Keep stepping! Stop! Back up! Keep stepping! Keep coming! Keep coming! Keep coming! Keep coming! Keep coming! All right, get on the ground! Keep your hands out to your side like an airplane!
Hold on.
Lay down on your stomach.
Get
Lay
all
down.
the way down.
Hands out. Cross your legs. Put behind your back.
Do not move!
Do not move. Watch her.
Keep an eye on the car.
Keep an eye.
Hey, she's in the ditch.
Rodney now faces 2 counts of first-degree murder and 6 counts of attempted murder. According to his girlfriend, he had fallen into a paranoid state, convinced that aliens were hunting him. The bizarre twist? Rodney was wearing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle costume during the shooting. A fittingly chaotic end for a man who brought terror to the streets of Lawrence. On July 5th, 2020, on Absher Avenue, a 2015 Hyundai Elantra sped by at a suspicious pace, catching the attention of Deputy Samantha Horn. Inside was Harley Moore, a white flower addict from Marion County, desperately trying to escape police after stealing the car. But Harley wasn't just an ordinary car thief, he was willing to do whatever it took to avoid capture. Within seconds of checking the vehicle's details, police confirmed it was the stolen car they were looking for. Harley immediately hit the gas, launching into a wild escape that turned the once peaceful streets into a chaotic scene.
Confirming one player is disabled.
54. He's getting caught up in traffic. Southbound on 441, just cross over 42. 60-24, my time's a bit.
Number red.
22.
Get close to the church.
Police quickly deployed spike strips, but Harley, undeterred by a blown tire, recklessly kept driving. He pushed the car to its limits, turning the roads into a war zone of speed and danger.
2,400 block.
70.
Going into Lake County.
10-4.
Approaching County Road 109.
10-4, County Road 109.
Lost his front tire.
Lost the front tire.
Signal 4 to another vehicle.
Signal 4 into another vehicle. We'll get medics rolling.
Bravo 13, I'm out of it to stop 6.
That works.
When the Hyundai could take no more, Harley was forced to stop. Police surrounded the car, ordering him to raise his hands and lie on the ground. Harley was arrested on the spot, facing charges of grand theft auto, fleeing, and possession of white flower paraphernalia. His passenger, Harrison Bodnick, was also charged with possession after police found a syringe in the car door. On July 8, 2023, on Interstate I-4, officers spotted a bright orange Ford Mustang and a white Porsche Panamera speeding down the highway like predators on the hunt. Both cars weaved dangerously through traffic, reaching speeds of 120 miles per hour, turning the peaceful road into chaos. The Ford Mustang abruptly stopped, surrendering to the police, but the white Porsche chose to push its German sports car to the limit and continued to flee. Police initially considered using a pit maneuver, but with heavy traffic, they decided against it to avoid a potential disaster. The chase dragged on as the Porsche veered off the highway into a rural area. With no other drivers at risk, the officers decided to take more assertive action. After a professional move, they finally stopped the car. Both the driver and passenger were taken into custody, but the situation took a tense turn.
Hey, just signal for me. Just signal. Oh, shit! What the fuck?
The Porsche's passenger was heard moaning in pain, leaving officers concerned about whether he was injured in the crash or had swallowed something during the chase. When questioned, the driver seemed indifferent to his companion's condition. Although their identities and charges remain undisclosed, this incident serves as a serious warning about the dangers of street racing. Hopefully, this will be a lesson to anyone who disregards the law and the safety of others. Can you imagine speeding down the highway at 150 miles per hour in a McLaren, ignoring every limit? On the early morning of November 12, 2017, Dwayne Pope didn't just test his speed, but openly challenged the law, driving drunk through the streets of Alpharetta, Georgia.
Location. South Fulton. Down the road.
Pope raced past a state trooper patrolling Georgia 400, prompting the officer to flash her lights and sound the sirens. Instead of stopping, the McLaren accelerated, tearing through the night as if daring everything in its path.
Coming up on North. He keeps braking, but he's maintaining the speed. Passing Northridge. Okay, he's stopping. He's fine.
Just when the tension peaked, Pope unexpectedly pulled over, but this was only the beginning of a dramatic confrontation.
Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Let me see both your hands. Where are you headed to so quickly? Let me see your hands. Keep your hands up. Where are you headed to so quickly? Okay, why did you not stop when you saw my blue lights behind you? You didn't see my blue lights. All right. All right. 340, can you start peeking open there? All right. I did get you the radar device. You do have a right to an accuracy check on my device, all right? You understand that?
Upon inspection, the officer discovered Pope had been driving at 155 miles per hour in a 65 miles per hour zone. Admitting he had a few drinks, Pope failed the field sobriety test and refused a breathalyzer. He was arrested on the spot, facing multiple charges, including DUI, reckless speeding, and driving with expired tags. Notably, the McLaren had been pushed so hard that its brakes were smoking when it finally came to a stop a dangerous journey, ending in dramatic fashion and inevitable consequences.
Channel 4 into another vehicle.
Keep coming!